What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another news video. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Edge signing a WWE contract for a possible in-ring return, WWE superstars are working hurt for a reason, an AEW wrestler was close to signing with WWE, and Tony Khan delivers a stunner. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's waste no further time and get straight into the first story, as Edge signs a WWE contract for a possible in-ring return. The Rated R superstar's in-ring wrestling career was abruptly cut short after suffering a neck injury. Edge announced in 2011 that he's no longer able to wrestle. But since then, Edge made a brief return at SummerSlam, spearing Elias, a move he hasn't done since his announced retirement. He has also gone on to say that he could wrestle a match tomorrow, but the problem is being cleared by WWE's doctors. Edge has been looking into stem cell treatment for his neck, which could provide him a full recovery by 2024. He mentioned recently on his podcast, "To be perfectly honest, I think I could do a match tomorrow. It's just from what I know with the WWE medical staff, they won't allow. It is what it is, right? I did have a doctor tell me that he thinks they'll be able to basically get my neck relatively healthy within 5 years. And then there's stem cells, which I'm also looking into. Just from the stuff I've experienced in the last 8 years and the things I've done physically, it's like I could pull off one. I'm not saying that I could pull off a year's worth, I'm sure you could too." However, interestingly enough, PW Insider, which is quite a reputable enough source, has heard that Edge has signed a new WWE contract. And there's speculation that he'll be returning to the ring before WrestleMania to set up a program. We've heard that Edge signed a new deal with WWE that has a pretty nice upside. Edge announced in 2011 that he's no longer able to wrestle. My gut feeling is we'll see Edge in the Royal Rumble as a surprise, as that seems like the perfect place to make a big splash with the return for WrestleMania season and possibly even see him do a few matches on major events. Now we'll have to wait and see if this rumor is true, but considering how careful the WWE treats these types of injuries, it's unlikely we'll see an in-ring return anytime soon, but anything can happen. It was an entirely different injury, but Daniel Bryan, who initially retired, was eventually cleared by WWE's doctors and able to return to wrestling. The same possibility could be for Edge. Next up, WWE superstars are working hurt for a reason. WWE superstars can get injured at any time in the ring, but some wrestlers are avoiding taking any time off in fear that WWE will add the time back onto their contracts. A huge problem for superstars who want out of the company as quickly as possible. During a Q&A with Fightful Select, they revealed a superstar is unlikely to tell management if they are hurt. Yes, if they want out of their deal, it does encourage wrestlers to not report an injury. Or it encourages superstars to ask for their release, but be willing to work. That's why a lot of people haven't had their time frozen on their deals. They've been requesting their releases, but saying that they'd work through it as well. So WWE can freeze their contracts if they miss a show briefly for a week, or they can't show up or something like that, but if they're ready, willing and able to show up and do the job, then they can't freeze them. I think it does encourage wrestlers not to report injuries. Unfortunately, there are some that you have to because you can't physically perform. Well, not reporting an injury could be incredibly dangerous for a wrestler, as their career could be cut short if they don't get the proper treatment early on. Next up, an AEW wrestler was close to signing with WWE. AEW's newest addition to the roster, Chris Statlander, has made a big impact on the most recent episodes of AEW Dynamite and AEW Dark, getting a victory over Hikaru Shida and Bea Priestley respectively. However, according to Dave Meltzer, she was close to signing with WWE before eventually signing with AEW. He reported that Statlander was very close to signing with WWE. Meltzer went on to say that the figures were there for her to sign, but AEW ended up offering her a better deal and immediate television time. Statlander faces Rio for the Women's Championship on AEW Dynamite on 1st January. And the last story of today, Tony Khan delivers a stunner. If you happen to stay and watch AEW Dark after the AEW Dynamite taping last night, after the Shawn Spears vs Joey Janela match, there was a post-show segment that included wrestlers delivering the stunner on Spears, including one by Tony Khan. Even referee Aubrey Edwards delivered one. But there you have it guys, the latest wrestling news. What are your thoughts on Edge making a possible in-ring return? Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.